First of all, welcome back to Middlesbrough. Welcome,
Thanks for having me.
What's it like being back?
Do you know, it never actually quite hit me like when I get back. Like we pulled up like literally about 10 minutes ago, and I've just walked over here and like, it's funny because I know the surroundings so well. You know, I grew up here, I lived here for 16 years, so it's always really special coming back here. You know, and I've got so many fond memories of being back home, and you know, so I'm really chuffed to be performing tonight in my hometown. So
is it weird to think that like a couple of years ago you were the one in the crowd and now you're the one on stage?
Yeah, do you know what's weird? I remember going to see Tiny Temper at the Empire when I was 14, and now he's like a huge megastar, and I was literally in the front of the pit, just like partying with everyone, and you know, now it's like I'm on the stage, and what's nice for me is I like to see the excitableness from the crowd and the enthusiasm, and because that reminds me of myself,
pretty good view.
you know, so it's really nice to see the enthusiasm. Yeah.
It's Halloween. You're in Halloween spirit.
I am. I've got a little surprise for everyone tonight on stage. So.
Surprises. You going? What was your favourite Halloween costume as a child?
Oh, my mum bought me this really big pumpkin one. I looked like a complete idiot, and it was just like a big round ball, but I was only about that big, and I just looked like I was getting buried in it, but I loved it. It was so comfy. You sat down and you felt like you were in a quilt. So that was my favourite Halloween.
Did you get anything unusual, like trick-or-treating?
Do you know, that's a funny question.
Anything other apart from sweets and honey?
Oh, we went to a house. We got picture letters
with random names
with
of like
random
Sarah.
names on like
Really?
Sarah,
Yeah, and like George.
even though like
We're all
even
girls.
though they're not our names and stuff.
Isn't that funny? I haven't had anything like that before.
There's house down our street.
Oh my god, how weird is that?
You reached number 2 with You Bring Me Joy, which is my gym song for a very long time.
A lot of people say
They
that.
were.
Even my best friend says that.
Yeah, on the treadmill, like a granny going slow next to me, I'm like, You Bring Me Joy. Just like this. When are we expecting some more music from you?
Next year, so early next year. So I'm currently in the studio recording new songs at the moment. It's a bit different this time because I've gone in as an older girl. I've also had a lot more to write about this time. I didn't really write as much on the first few songs, but now I think as I've got older, I've learned so much in the past few years. I've got so much to write about now. You know, what I've been through. I think not many teenagers go through what I've gone through at such a young age. So I feel like when my album comes out next year, you're going to be able to hear a story in there, and that's exactly what I wanted.
Will there be a tour alongside that, hopefully?
Hopefully, there hasn't been talks yet. Obviously, you've got to wait till the album's out, whatnot. But I love performing live, so I'm sure there'll be a tour. So,
And you toured with Girls Aloud.
I did, yes.
What was that like?
Do you know what? It's so funny. I say to my tour manager and my guitarist all the time, and my mum who came on the tour with me, I say the four of us, like, it was like our little group on the tour. And if there's anything I could relive in the past like 2 years, it would be the Girls Aloud tour, because I learned so much from being on there as a performer and as a person. I feel like I really grew up on the tour.
Did they give you any advice on how to
I didn't see them a great deal amount. Obviously, they're very busy girls, and you know, I was busy at the time promoting a single. But when I did see them, they were all very just down to earth girls, and you know, it was so overwhelming to speak to women who've been in the industry for over 10 years and they're still so grateful and down to earth. But I had a great time on the tour, and I honestly wish I could relive it.
Probably like,
If you had one day to live, how would you spend it?
Ooh, oh my god, that's hard. I'd probably want to go to Disneyland because I love Disney. I'd want to go on all the rides till I throw up, and just have a big party with my friends and family. I think you can't beat spending time with your family and friends. So yeah.
What is the best thing about your fans?
The best thing about my fans, what I like about, I mean, my fans call themselves the Little Lilies, and I think what I love about them is they are very rebellious. If anybody gives me grief, which is actually very rare, but if anybody does, they really stick up for me. So I'm very grateful, and I even got a tattoo to represent them, so that's how much I love my fans. So, yeah.
If you could collaborate with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh God, that's a hard one. I love like current artists like Katy Perry, Pink. I'd love to do a collaboration with a band, preferably like Paramore. But somebody who passed away, Michael Jackson's obviously a top one for everybody, and also Whitney Houston as well.
What's your favourite crisp flavour?
My favourite crisp flavour? Ooh! What's my favourite crisp flavour? I'd probably say salt and vinegar. Even though it makes all my lips feel funnier.
All right, girls.
Thank you.